our final story, a good start to the week for Amazon. In a press release, Amazon called Cyber Monday, quote, the single biggest shopping day in the company's history with the most products ordered worldwide, end quote. What does it mean?
Well, it was they coined a new term that I had not heard called the Turkey 5, which is the
sounds like a band, but a really bad band.
Terrible band. Yes. Well, these were 5 very good days for Amazon. The 5 days from Thanksgiving or between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday. Clearly, the expectations of Amazon to do well were met. Now, relative to what people may thought, they didn't announce the dollar numbers, but clearly a good day. And, you know, for a company that has probably 50%, near 50% market share of online sales, the days like this are very important. We know the value of Singles Day over in China to the likes of Alibaba, which I think set a record this year of more than 30 billion in one-day sales. Estimates were somewhere around the $8 billion spent on Cyber Monday. So if Amazon got about half of that, that's $4 billion in sales across Amazon's platforms. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, they didn't release a lot of data. They just released a lot of big numbers, so it's hard to know if they're good. So the Turkey 5, they did 180 million items over those 5 days, which sounds like a big number, but I don't know if people are expecting 200 million or 150 million and what that translates into dollars. Obviously, sounds like a big number. 18 million toys, more than 13 million fashion items on Black Friday and Cyber Monday combined. These are obviously huge numbers. Amazon continues, as Andy said, to be, the major online player here. Most transactions are going through Amazon.
It's interesting. I did a little shopping this weekend and used Amazon, bought 1 or 2 things across their platform, used it as the go-to place rather than usually searching for Google, and now just kind of go to Amazon. And what's interesting about that is how they are starting to really leverage that into other businesses, including advertising sales, which is going to be a really nice business for them. And we're already starting to see more and more advertising across Amazon's platform. Some estimates are that their advertising business is going to grow up to more than 35% per year over the next 5 years. One investment bank estimates up to $28 billion in revenues per year in 5 years. So it's things like as it continues to get more and more consumers to its platforms, they can leverage that. It used to be just AWS, very important clearly, but we're starting to see different value opportunities for Amazon outside of just traditional e-commerce sales.
And when we talk about Apple's ecosystem, you can also talk about Amazon's as well. And the 3 main growth drivers I would have to say going forward are going to be Prime, which kind of primes the pump, if you will. Over 100 million people pay for Amazon Prime right now. They recently raised the price from $99 to $119. People didn't really seem to bat an eye at that increase. And then, as you said, web services, and then advertising is really the up-and-comer as well. Yeah. Those 3 things, Prime, web services, and advertising, really, I think, the future growth drivers of Amazon.
So Amazon, that advertising, that comes, I guess, at the expense of Google, right?
Yeah, so Google and Facebook are by far the largest online advertiser players, and Amazon has probably only around 4% of the total market, and Facebook and Google, the real giants in there, through their various platforms. We know how hungry Jeff Bezos and that team can be when they are the smaller fish going after larger players, especially going after their margins. So I'm actually a shareholder of Google and Facebook as well. And when I see that kind of market share and the potential for them to grow, and the way they are using those advertising placements inside the Amazon platform, both on traditional through your laptops or computers, as well as through their mobile apps, you do think that's just going to be a really nice, very profitable business for Amazon over the next 5-10 years.
We talked earlier about Apple's stock getting smacked. Amazon is also right there with it, along with a lot of the other large tech stocks that kind of led the rally up until now. Amazon's off about 22% since September. I'm a shareholder. It's not something I worry about. It's these things ebb and flow. It had quite a run. All of these stocks had quite a run. You certainly can't be. It depends when you bought, obviously, but you can't be upset with what's happened over the last several years if you own any of these stocks. So it's something I continue to hold. I continue to be a proud shareholder. I don't worry about the dips.
Okay, so let's bring it back to Cyber Monday. Andy, you mentioned you picked up a few things. What'd you get?
Well, I picked up on last night between about 11 and 12, just got in to get my deal promos. I bought some things for the family for Christmas. But I did not, yesterday I did not buy on Amazon. Friday I did buy on Amazon.
Ron?
I bought a ton, maybe literally, of protein bars. 15% off, Cyber Monday sale. Think Thin was the brand for those who are interested.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty tasty, high protein.
And it sounds like you got a deal.
I got a nice deal. I bought too many, and they're just going to sit in my pantry, and my wife is going to be like, what happened here? But, yeah.
Yeah, I need to be a little cagey because I think my wife listens to the show.
Okay.
And
There's no way
in there, and
I see.
at least she probably has not listened this long.
You know, the more you buy, the more you save.
I love that. I was eyeing some Crocs because I have one pair, and then I have a pair of imitation Crocs that they're not good, and Amazon had $9.99 Crocs. So I mean, they're basically you're making money essentially,
you're giving it away.
And then I'm like, you know what? I just can't get there. So then I looked at some fur-lined Crocs, which are really nice. You know, the winter Crocs.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, you know what? I've got to. I don't know if I can let myself go to that point.
I think good decision.
Don't you think?
Yeah. I also think you need a hobby.
Yeah.
I want to know the decision-making process behind getting the imitation Crocs. Was it like
imitation crab meat?
Yeah,
in
I will tell you this, and I'm a Crocs shareholder. I will tell you that I thought, you know what? Crocs, imitation Crocs, they're all the same. So I picked these up for like $7 at CVS, and they're awful.
Yeah.
They are not all the same. So if you think, how difficult can Crocs be? Crocs is like the secret formula to Coca-Cola. No one else can make a Croc.
Yeah. As Buffett says, price is what you pay, value is what you get.
Yeah. Well, you're not, I don't know what you're getting with my imitation Crocs, but it ain't pretty.
Nothing good.
Nothing good.